I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News Tonight. Hike in black money trade in Western and Northern Division, says Minister for Economy. Fiji's textile clothing and footwear industry faces stiff competition, and Water Authority loses 38% revenue due to leakages. A hike in black money trading has been noted in the Western and Northern Divisions. This was revealed by Minister for Economy Ayaz Said Qayyum during the Business Forum in Nadi yesterday. Rachel Nath with the story.
An increase in cash transactions and tax evasion has set off alarms for the authority.
There has been, of course, a lot of wheeling and dealing in terms of, tax avoidance, in terms of people obfuscating the whole system, in terms of how they file their returns, etc.
Said Qayyum says if everyone plays their role in the tax system, it will benefit all.
For Pete's sake, we have a 20% corporate tax level. We have the lowest rates of personal taxes in this part of the world. Even if you compare yourselves to Australia and New Zealand, we still are very, very low.
In bid to tighten loose ends, the Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority will be bringing in more experts from overseas. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Fiji's garment industry is facing stiff competition from countries like China, Indonesia and Bangladesh, who are producing cheap clothing. As a result, the Textile Clothing and Footwear Council is keeping its focus on Australia and New Zealand. Ritika Pratap reports the council was an exhibitor at the recent International Sourcing Expo Australia.
This was the Textile Clothing and Footwear Council's 7th year to take part in the International Sourcing Expo Australia and promote the garment industry as a whole. The council was an exhibitor through its Make It in Fiji initiative.
We currently have 11 factories which are part of the Make It in Fiji certification. These factories are required to go through an annual audit. The audit is conducted by independent auditor who travels from Australia. Now these are done to international standards, social compliance, ethical manufacturing, meeting all the minimum pay requirements, the local government rules.
After losing the duty-free access in the US market, local manufacturers have been facing a lot of challenges. Kumar says as a result, they are focusing mainly on the Australian market.
Pricing is definitely higher than the low-cost Asian manufacturers. Our biggest advantage, I guess, we're close to Australia and New Zealand, which are our main markets. We communicate well. And one of the main selling points we have is our ability to do small runs and quick delivery to them. But that's our major push.
Look, it's an interesting element because, of course, predominantly the whole world is in China, and so from our point of view, again talking about proximity, if we can talk to Fiji, saying, hey, if we can create a garment that is superior to what is made elsewhere, and also talking about timelines and what have you, I think that really puts Fiji in a really strong position.
The industry received $100,000 through the National Export Strategy Marketing Grant, and Kumar says this has helped them to participate at the expo. The TCF industry was joined by the Fiji Consulate General based in Sydney, who displayed Fijian-made products at the expo. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The Water Authority of Fiji loses around 38% of its revenue due to leakages in water meters and illegal water connections. Chief Executive Opatha Ravai says they are working with the government to bring this down to 20%. Sainyani Boiler reports.
The Water Authority of Fiji is prioritizing its efforts to fix faulty water meters in order to reduce its losses.
We need to bring it down to 20 or below. So this water leaks contribute to it, under-registering meters. So these are things that contribute to that non-revenue water, that 38%.
Rawai says the government has come forward to assist them in this project.
So we have an intensive NRW program now in-house, and we thank government for funding it and for giving us money to really concentrate on fixing the leaks, on replacing water meters so that we really can quantify what amount of water is being used by our customers and exactly how much we are producing at our plants.
Saving this 30% of water can help save more Fijians.
Some places in Fiji are currently facing water problems. WEF should save this water for them.
The government working together with the water authority to save water, that is a good idea.
Rawai says these investments are necessary, which will help them analyze the current and future demands. Sainyan Imboila, FBC News.
Fiji's fight against climate change is not going unnoticed by the American authorities. U.S. Ambassador to Fiji Judith Sifkin says they've sent regular reports of Fiji's efforts to combat climate change to the president and will continue to do so once President-elect Donald Trump takes office in January. Rachel Nuth reports.
Countries who are supporting the fight against climate change are working hard to change the views of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on the matter.
We regularly, of course, report on circumstances in the countries we work, on the views of the leaders of the people in the countries we work. So, of course, we'll continue to provide that feedback to Washington, D.C.
Change was a hoax created by the Chinese. However, 2 weeks into taking his new role, he told the New York Times that he is reconsidering his approach.
The president will have to sort of take on board and try to decide for the new president what is the best policy for the United States.
Sefkin says it is not right to prejudge what Trump's opinions on climate change will be, as many leaders often change their views once elected. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has highlighted this a number of times, that Trump's opinions on climate change need to evolve in order to combat this, as the battle without America's support is already lost. Rachel Nuth, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the U.S. Ambassador to Fiji, Judith Sifkin, says with Fiji's presidency to Conference of Parties 23, America will assist Fiji where possible.
We're certainly happy to take on board any request for support. I think certainly we'll be in very close dialogue on the issues and the priorities, and we congratulate Fiji on this role.
Coming up on FBC News, major road repairs carried out in Navua. And in tonight's Successful Fijian segment, we look at the sustainable land management practices of Siberia farmer Alfred Sahayam. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi, and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateva. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Lautaka, and I like listening to Today FM. Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki Raki, and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Extensive roadwork has been carried out in Navua, and it now waits the official declaration as a town. Navua, which is located 39 kilometers west of Suva, will become Fiji's 14th town once it receives its official status. Fulton Hogan Highways project construction manager Seren Kelly says it took them 2 months to complete the works. Damaged culverts have been replaced, footpaths leveled out, and drainage has been cleared of debris. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum has thanked Outrigger Fijian Resort for believing in investing in the Fijian people. Speaking at the resort's corporate Christmas celebrations last night, Said Qayyum says this helps develop the relationship between the guests and Fiji. The resort, in collaboration with its staff and guests, has to date implemented many projects for the people in the surrounding areas. This is done as part of their community development project.
There's a lot of issues and challenges that we are facing as small, Pacific Island nations or low-lying nations throughout the world. And it's only through the collaboration with the private sector, collaboration with our guests and our visitors to our country, and of course with the various organizations, that we'll be able to overcome some of these challenges and be able to then, have something positive come out of it.
Turning to world news, police in Israel have arrested 12 people for arson after dozens of out-of-control wildfires forced nearly 100,000 people from their homes. The alleged arsons are fanning tensions between Jewish and Arab Israelis. A small-time farmer is earning big from his 3 acres of land, planting almost everything. Alfred John Sahayam is our successful Fijian for this week. He is well known in the farming community in Lambasa for his sustainable land management practices. Eleanor Tarangaivu with his story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
It's late afternoon and 60-year-old Alfred John Sahayam of Siberia in Lambasa is not ready to call it a day. He's checking on his fruits, bananas, pawpaws, pineapples and passion fruit.
It is my hobby to be in the farm because my father in 1983, he was a best farmer. So I followed his footsteps.
Farming is in his blood. He grew up here and after working in Suva for about 20 years, Sahayam returned home to start his own. His 3-acre farm just beside his home has almost everything and anything.
Our grandfathers were all farmers. From that time we start. Then 95 I went to work for carpentership in Suva. 2008 I resigned carpentership, then I started in waste management. I worked for 1 year. After that, then I start again in my farm. Yeah, I came back to Lambasa and busy on my farm.
Sahayam's secret lies in sustainable land management. He does contour farming, a process which involves capturing the soil in order to retain its minerals.
It is better than before we were planting straight, so the plants were not too healthy. Now I never put manure on the plants, but the plants are still healthy. Because of the good soil on top, it's still there.
Sahayam recently returned from Bangkok, chosen by the Ministry of Agriculture and the Food and Agriculture Organization to see and experience the different kinds of sustainable farming practices. It was an eye-opening experience.
Bangkok, they planting everything there. How they using things there, they don't waste. Even the banana, they don't hardly throw anything. They use everything from the banana. Only the stem or leaves, even the leaves they used to. It was very new for me.
Today, Sahayam supplies vegetables, seedlings and cuttings to farmers in the community as well as to the Ministry of Agriculture. Last week, he sold over $20,000 worth of kumala cuttings. He also sells his produce to the neighboring communities as well as the Lambasa market.
Plenty people, they want to know the techniques, how you planting. They call me, they sometimes come and advise how can you plant here, what you plant here, it will be good.
Sahayam doesn't plan to retire anytime soon as he loves getting his hands dirty. While running a farm is no easy feat, Sahayam has done it with the help of his 2 sons and wife. He plans to expand his farm and put into practice lessons learned from Bangkok. Eleanor Tarangaivu, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Tuitumbo raises concerns about coaches' grants. Stay with us.
My name is Siobhan. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM is #1 in music. Mirchi FM is hot.
I am सुरेश चंद वैतूरी नसूरी से बोलता हूँ. जैसे आँख खुलती है, मिर्ची FM मुझे मस्त कर देती है.
Hi, I'm Viren from Zambula. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Rizwan Khan.
Hi, and my name is Mohammed Sufyan. Batu Bahe and Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Vishal Maharaj. I'm working for National Council as a market master. I love listening to Mirchi FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. Vodafone Flying Fijians coach John McKee has lined up 2 tough international matches for the 2017 November tour.
Test series through June, running into July next year. So a lot of focus goes in there, and in terms of next November, I believe through talking with World Rugby that we'll be playing Italy and Ireland on our November tour, plus one other Tier 2 country.
The Flying Fijians secured its only win in the latest test match of the European Tour, beating Japan 38-25 this morning. For coach John McKee, Fiji played a much improved match, despite losing Pedeliato, who was handed a red card in the first half. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Barney Bottia, backline gel today. Strong win over Japan.
Minister of Youth and Sports Laisenia Tuitambo has raised concerns on sporting federations for not utilising the overseas coaches grant. Tuitambo says bringing an overseas coach or an expert will help the sport grow in the country. He says the government has allocated funding for it, but some of the sporting federations have failed to use it.
This has unfortunately not been done in a number of sports in recent years. We cannot simply look at the talent identification of our athletes. It has to apply to our coaches, technical officials, and team managers too. We cannot afford with our limited resource to leave things to chance. If we do not do this, we will not be ensuring that full turning into investment is made.
Fiji's Olympian Winston Hill continues his dominance in the amateur boxing after beating Nauru's Fulton Amram in the 75-kilogram category on unanimous points decision last night. This win now makes Winston unbeaten after the Rio Olympic Games in August. Fiji Boxing managed to secure wins in 4 other fights against its Pacific rivals. The other boxers who won their divisions were Nathan Singh, Braina Elborn, Joe Ravundi and Alipate Tawakilai. Fiji-born Tevita Kurindrani and Sefania Naivalu's tries were not enough as Australia went down to Ireland by 27-24. The result means they are the first Northern Hemisphere side since England in 2003 to beat the Southern Hemisphere's traditional powerhouses of New Zealand, Australia and South Africa in the same calendar year. England won their 12th successive test of the year despite a red card for Elliot Daly early in the first half, defeating Argentina 27-14. A late Justin Tipperick try sealed a comfortable 27-13 victory for Wales over South Africa in Cardiff. It was only their 3rd ever victory over South Africa and their 2nd successive win over the Boks in Cardiff. Fine weather apart from afternoon showers and thunderstorms with heavy falls were experienced over some parts of the country today. Looking at the temperatures, high temperatures were once again recorded in all centres. Lambasa was the hottest at 34 degrees, Suva recorded 33 degrees, Ba was on 32, while Nandi Lautoka and Savusavu had 31 degrees. Outlook for tomorrow, it's cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, elsewhere fine apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers. And the further outlook, it's cloudy periods and showers, they're expected. Recapping the main stories for tonight. Hike in black money trade in Western and Northern Division, says Attorney General. Fiji's textile clothing and footwear industry faces stiff competition, and Water Authority loses 38% revenue due to leakages. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question now, and this week we're asking, are you happy to see Chaweli Lutumailangi back in the National Sevens fold? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was News Tonight from the team and I. Good night.
bolo binak. Nerdan go lepani liknitang. Ando talitak na barong. Ena radio Fiji 1. Ando may biti na bonga ni Benian.
Sava labina, wiada ko elenani weningolo, uga tormai na koroi sasa. Na ngotang-ngotang kita umata, mantola biana radio Fiji 1. Ako daw ba nung biana news.
Ni sampula na elang ko apini sarat mai koro ena kasi. Ako daw bagarong ena radio Fiji 1 bonga ni Benian.
Na radio Fiji 1 nandu mai biti na bonga ni Benian.